Welcome back to Our Culture. I'm Matt.
Jason.
Jade.
We're finally doing a Mead episode, and we literally got the best bottles that you can physically buy. We have talked about doing a episode on mead. Mead is quite simply honeywine, and we never really touch on the traditional meads because in being from America and being Americans, we like everything a little bit more American and stronger and more flavorful, and that's the American way. And that means that we go with the style of mead called the Melomel, which is fruited. It's much sweeter. It's much more decadent. It's much more of a dessert beverage. But it is really good, and it's addictive. Not like literally, but I mean, it's just like, I mean, all alcohol is addictive. But I mean, it is an amazing.
I can stop anytime.
Yeah, I can stop whenever I want to. But there's not a huge amount of secondary for a lot of meaderies, except for these guys, Pips Meadery, which where are they out of?
They're out of Illinois.
And Schramm's out of Michigan used to have a secondary following, but not so much anymore, except for this bottle.
They do
right
on
here.
some stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
But specifically this bottle. So what we have is Schramm's The Heart of Darkness, which is supposed to be like an annual berry blend that they do. Looks like cherry, raspberry, blackcurrant. They skip like a COVID year, but this is really expensive, pretty tough to get unless you're in their club. This one right here is out of Pips. This is called Blue Suede Shews. What's the berry they use for this one, Jason?
So that's blueberry, sir.
Wild blueberry with cashews. And I remember the first time we had this.
The only time I've had it.
Yeah, it was like one of those things where like it was nighttime,
were
but then like
angels
lights came out.
down,
Yeah, the
just
clouds
weird.
parted.
They gave me a hug.
I started crying. Jason
you.
jizzed his pants. It was
Twice.
It was the most amazing thing ever. And this one is extremely hard to get. So thank you, Jason, for
Hell, it took us a year to track one down.
yeah, and it wasn't cheap either.
It was not cheap.
And then we got a couple other ones, notable mentions anyway. This one is from a meadery called Melovino out of New Jersey, I
I think
believe.
that's right.
And
That's the big boy, isn't
Vauxhall, New Jersey. Yeah, and this was actually part of a. This is a high gravity mead, and it was part of some special like fundraiser that they were doing. And I bought this when I was in their club, and this was really expensive. It's also really strong. This is twice as strong as any of these other ones. It comes in at like 22-24% alcohol, whereas most of these other ones are around like 14%.
14, 15, yep.
And this last one is from Superstition out of Prescott, Arizona. This is Blackberry White. They do the whole Berry White series, and they're all very good. For a time, they were really hot items, and they were not hard to get, but they were like...
They were hard to get because they didn't distro anywhere, didn't ship anywhere.
But they were the shit, especially Strawberry White. I happen to have a Blackberry just sitting around. They've really ramped up production, so it's a little bit easier to get. It's still pretty good. But we're gonna, I guess we're getting fucked up because we're gonna open all four of these bottles and we're gonna contrast and compare. So, let's talk about. I want to really touch on Pips.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you got notes on this one because this one is
I don't have any notes.
really.
Nah,
It's all up there.
This is like the granddaddy. Yeah.
All right, so if you talk the best mead in the world, I think the first one comes to mind for me is Schramm's. Ken Schramm literally wrote the book on mead.
Right. Yeah.
But the best mead I have ever had, and I've had it once, is this, and that is Pips Blue Suede Shews.
Yep. I'm right there with you.
I don't know what they did. I don't know what recipe this is. It is magic, and I'm hoping it recreates the magic.
There you go.
So we'll start out with, give me the Hard Darkness there too.
Yeah.
So
This
both
one,
of these,
yeah.
So this is the number one rated mead in the world.
The
on
Pips,
Untapped.
if you're listening and
Blue
not
Suede
watching,
Shews.
you can watch. We got the YouTube channel,
Please,
Our Cynic
subscribe.
Culture on YouTube.
Thank
But the Pips Blue Suede Shews is the number one rated. Is it the number one rated beverage on Untapped?
You know, I didn't look that far, but mead. I just searched by mead. It
Yeah.
averages a 4.76.
Yeah. So that's the
damn
thing
high.
when you get on Untapped, which is kind of the more ubiquitous rating system now when it comes to like beer and stuff like that. But there's mead on there too, and it's hilarious because if you look at the top like 10 breweries, like 7 of them are meaderies.
Yep.
So
I've seen that.
But Schramm's Pips, this one right here, the Blue Suede Shews is just, you can't fucking get it, but if you can.
Yeah. So you want me to go into on Pips right now, or you want to get a pour? What do you think?
Yeah. So why don't you give a little background what it's supposed to taste like?
Sure.
Yeah.
How many bottles they produce, how many batches,
I don't
etc.
know all that, Jade. Don't ask
Oh,
all these
okay.
tough questions. I'm excited, damn it. So,
Yeah.
okay, so Pips has been around since 2017. So when they first started, they had a Kickstarter kind of like thing you could buy in for their membership. I cannot remember the name of that. I think the membership that I'm actually in this year is Aces and Eights, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
But they have a higher tier membership that they've never opened up again. So, like, example, the membership I'm in this year with Bill, me and Bill split that.
Right.
Shout out Bill, should be here tonight. But this one, actually, you get one bottle per membership, and then you could buy an additional one.
Okay.
So that's the membership this year. Back then, I mean, you're probably getting one per membership. Now, if you're the top tier, like the Kickstarter ones, you
Right.
probably get 3 to 4.
So can we go ahead and talk about what that bottle costs?
So retail this year on a 375, which is what this is, $110 retail, which is honestly not horrible considering what it is.
Considering what it is, considering how highly sought after it is, that's not horrible. But let's still put that in perspective.
Well, like, okay, what if you've never tried mead before?
Exactly.
You would walk by that and say, "I'm not spending $100 on that
100%
for a
you're
pint of
right.
wine."
exactly. That's that's the point. It's 100. What'd you say? 175.
110.
110.
Retail.
$110 for a 375 milliliter. I mean, that's not even like a
12
regular
ounces.
size wine bottle. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's a
That's
12-ounce can of beer.
Yeah. And you and I would pay that every single day. But yeah, the
100%.
layman would be like, what?
Yeah, it's
the
like,
fuck?
I'm
No.
not.
Yeah.
So the only way to get this bottle is through the membership, and then they did these like limited sales to retailers. So they had some retailers in their area that they would sell these to and let them sell them, I guess, lottery style.
Yeah.
Very, very small bottle counts from every single release. If you look at Untappd, there's only 2,200 ratings total.
For the Blue Suede Shews.
Blue Suede Shews.
Yeah.
That's total. And they've done this. I want to say they're on their 5th version of this.
Okay.
Have you looked up?
No, I don't
Sorry,
know.
I
Yeah.
just wondered. But anyway,
only the 5th version?
well, they've only been around since 2017.
Yeah.
This
Wow.
is-
I didn't
yeah.
realize they've had that few amount of batches.
I know, and from the top 5 meaderies, like top 5 meads on Untappd, they have 2 of them. They have 2 of the top 3.
What's the other one?
Banana pancake.
Which we've also had.
We did get to try
Yeah.
that one, which was fantastic.
But
Thank you,
this-
Jesse. Thank you,
Yeah.
Yeti, sir.
Yeah. But this takes the cake.
This
right
is the
here.
one.
Blue Suede.
This
Yeah.
is the one. So what does it taste like, Jade? So this is blueberry and melomel, what Matt talked about. So mead is a honey wine, and then melomel means fruit is added. So that's what this one would be. It's blueberries, wild blueberries, and then cashews.
Yeah. The cashews is what I think threw anyone that's had this, it
Yeah.
just threw people off because it adds a sort of like umami mouthfeel that I cannot physically describe. Like you will get to experience.
Well, and that's
it in
what I
just a
was
minute.
reading. I was like, throw a handful of
I can't even-
cashews in there.
I literally can't even tell you what
You
it's
know,
like.
like when you think of that mixed nuts, you kind of pick through the cashews. Some people do. You know, you're like, you want the almond, you
Fuck
want
that, dude. I
whatever.
love cashews.
Oh,
You don't like cashews?
They're very oily.
Yeah.
Oily.
I tell you what,
Oily.
I'll take your part of this mead since you don't like
No,
cashews.
no, I'm not saying that. But I was just saying, when you think of a mead,
Yeah.
you know, fruit forward. Oh, let's throw a fat in there.
That's
in
the
it,
last thing you would think of is to put you want a nut in it. You
Right.
know what I mean? But this is gonna.
Jason might.
You want to talk about Schramm?
Let's
right
talk
now? You
about
wanna open
Schramms,
this
yeah.
one? So, Heart of Darkness. This is not done every year. It's kind of like, I guess Schramm's does something with their berries and everything, all the fruit. It's heritage. It's like they give you a big backstory, and it's pretty cool for a while. But they also charge a lot for it. So, you know, heritage berries that grew on their family farm that they handpicked and all this stuff. Great meadery, but their price. I mean, this bottle here was $200 retail.
Right. Yeah.
Retail.
And that's
So-
a 375 also.
Correct. So
Yeah.
double the price of this. You know, that's pretty. I mean, $100 a bottle is very expensive. $200 a bottle is
For half a bottle.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll get to try that one tonight. So this one has cherries, raspberries, and black currants, but not just any cherries. I will probably butcher this, but it's the Sherbeek. That seem right?
Sherbeek.
Sherbeeks. Something, I don't know, some kind of damn variety. How you say it, Brian? Scarbasa, whatever. Yes, I was close.
He was close.
I was
He
very
was close.
Charbesk or Scarbesk.
He had one of the letters right in there.
It started with an S. There's an E.
I'm
in
not
there.
even sure you
There's
pronounced-
probably
Yeah.
a K.
I don't think he said it is.
I don't think yes.
I meant to. I meant to.
that's close enough.
But anyway, it's a special damn cherries on.
Okay.
So not the ones you put in old fashions.
No, it's those. It's
Okay.
those. What do you call them there? What do you call those? The very nice maraschino.
Yeah,
cherries.
maraschino. You know what's funny? I was thinking about this. We had an episode where we were talking about maraschino cherries, And I guess we weren't really adept with the maraschino cherry varietal.
Luxardo or nothing, baby.
Yeah. So, and I went and got some Luxardo cherries, and they're delicious. I didn't even realize those are actually maraschino cherries. Like
They're like real like the ones you get in the store. It's maraschino cherries are like plastic.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's the kind you would put on like an ice cream sundae from like
Yes,
Baskin
yes,
Robbins. Yeah,
yes.
I imagine it dripping with like red dye.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
not
sure.
even juice. It's like
Yeah.
red dye.
Red 5-7 or whatever.
Exactly.
food
Yeah, the
coloring
one that
they
like
had.
makes
What
you like
flavor
shrinks
is
your
it? It's
penis.
red.
Yeah, but the Luxardo, those are actually
those are-
considered maraschino cherries, but they're nothing like it.
So
They're
good.
like amazing.
So good.
Yeah.
So Schramm's been around since 2013. I would say most people into mead would say it's probably the best meadery in the world. I think overall.
That's what got me into mead is Schramm's.
And of the top 5, it has 3 of the top 5.
Yeah.
So Heart of Darkness is number 2, Black Agnes is number 4, and A Smile of Fortune is number 5. All of those are fantastic.
Fan-fucking-tastic. They're
You
amazing.
can't argue with that top 5. Let's open these, please.
You sure?
I think so. Jay didn't want any though, so I could just pour.
Yeah. We'll
No,
split his
I just said it was
got-
wild.
but
They put
It's got cashews in it though. I mean,
Cashews.
do you really
He's
want
alert-
that?
he's
no,
allergic
I
to
like.
Are you allergic?
cashews.
Do you have a nut allergy?
No, I do not.
He allergic to these nuts or just all nuts?
These other 2 bottles that we have, I don't mean to take away from them because they're both really good.
Yeah, I get ready to say we're kind of passing over those.
Yeah.
I mean, Berry White series from Superstition is fantastic.
Yeah.
Historically, like since we first tried it, probably in 17, 16, we had it for the first time. Those little swing
yeah.
top
Yeah,
bottles.
yeah, the ceramic bottles.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
so, I
it was
mean,
amazing.
they're very good. Melovino, we've had some good stuff from them.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had Berserker.
So
have we?
we've actually opened this bottle before. Melovino
Wow.
used to have a proprietary corking system that they purchased from a company that went out of business.
Yep.
And it was kind of cool. It was like a rubber plastic thing on top that you would just peel off, and then the cork remained. You can pull off rather than using a corkscrew. They went bust, so they couldn't provide corks to Melovino anymore. So they did like a fundraiser, like a Kickstarter, and they funded it with this bottle and then a couple others. And I bought it, and it was like $150 at the time.
It's right in between these two prices.
Yeah, and I ended up buying 2 of them, and we drank one. We might have done it on a show. I can't remember.
I don't think so.
It was pretty good. I can't remember.
What kind of berries are in this? It say on the side?
This has got strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, blackberry, and blackcurrant.
Sounds
You
good to me.
notice the recurring theme with blackcurrant? Like that's apparently like
Yeah.
the mead thing to do.
Well, I was talking to one of the guys from Standard, Adam, and I think they're a big fan of blackcurrant too. And I know Schramm's does blackcurrant, Black Agnes, and Red Agnes, so red
Right,
and blackcurrant
yeah.
kind of thing.
We took a brief hiatus because we had 4 fucking bottles. And
It took a few minutes to open.
And we
I'm
had
still
to
nervous
go
because this
pee
was
and
sitting
stuff,
beside me. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, the one of the rarest bottles we've ever gotten. So we're kind of starting. I hate to say at the bottom, but we are starting at the least well known and working our way up. This is the Melovino Berserker, 24% alcohol, which is really high for a mead, but it's got a lot of berry and it's got a lot of fruit. And this is part of that Kickstarter campaign to fund their new corking program. You'll try it.
I have not tried it yet. I don't remember opening this for. I'm sure I had some, but I still don't remember it. Of course, it's hard to imagine I wouldn't remember a 24% mead.
Right? Yeah.
Have you ever?
Is
Is this
a lot
the
of fruit?
Is this the highest mead that you've ever had?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I think before this, I don't think I've had one at 20. So I think usually 13 to 17, somewhere through there.
I'm getting a lot of strawberry on the nose, which is great because I love strawberry flavored mead. There's not a lot of them. Have you noticed that? There's not a ton of them. There should be more. Maybe because strawberries are expensive.
Where's it at? Superstition makes the strawberry white.
Yeah, the strawberry white's like the best out of all the white series.
Agreed. Well, I mean, strawberry, just that flavor.
Yeah.
You know, it must be really hard to work with that fruit because, you know, looking at beer, looking at mead, there are not a lot of strawberry made. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of any other. Jester King does a good one. I can't remember the damn name of it with strawberry.
It's Valentine's Day.
Oh,
They use them all for Valentine's Day.
possibly, yeah. This was really good. This meat actually held up. So I've had this for years.
Oh, I've had this before. I checked it in.
Oh, yeah,
now I remember.
yeah.
I have no idea.
I fucking gave it
all.
to you.
There's a picture here. I was at West Creekman Creek Bridge,
Yeah.
Lexington, Kentucky.
I swear that was here.
It probably was. I just
Yeah.
checked
West
it in.
Hickman?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the creek behind my house.
Yeah, we had some other superstitions.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Superstition actually does like 3 or 4 strawberry meads.
Oh, for sure.
And
Do
that
they?
bottle is making me real nervous.
It's making me nervous as hell.
Here, what about, is it less wobbly on this
I
side?
don't know. We'll set it right there. We're
You want to put it right here?
No, no.
Well, he's got it on the
by me.
leaf, and I think
want
the
it by
leaf
me.
is... Yeah.
All right. So
no,
back
this
to
is good.
one. So
I'm glad
what
that
are
this
the
held
berries
up.
in this one? You said strawberry and what else?
Strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, blackberry, and blackcurrant.
Okay.
So it's like all the berries.
What do you think color was? Color was pretty dark.
A little
Looks
red,
like
almost amber looking for me in the glass when I hold it up.
Yeah, I'm getting almost like a port kind of.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Look, if I had to pick this out blind, I would say maybe a port or a wine, red wine.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, 24% still bigger than most wines, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I like that it doesn't taste stronger than most of the meads that we've had. Like I figured, 24% you could feel that, but you can't.
It's very drinkable. Go ahead.
there is a little harshness, a little bit.
There
Maybe
is.
that's
maybe
a
right
little
at the
twang like at the end.
Just a little twang.
Twang.
I don't have any twang.
No, you don't.
Not when I talk.
Yeah.
But for a 24%, 22%, whatever the hell this is, this is fantastic for what it is. I mean, I don't get any burn. There's no fusel notes to me.
Yeah.
I do get the little twinge in there, a little twang, but it's still very good. Very good. Now, remember how much this one was, Matt? I can't remember.
It was like, I think it was like $150.
Okay.
It
So-
might have been 100 even.
for a good cause. I'm for it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That was the thing at the time. They were like, I mean, sure it was marketing, but they were like, hey, we can't bottle our stuff until we get a new corking machine, so we
Right.
need your help and stuff. And I'm like, cork it by hand,
Well,
motherfuckers. They've been doing that for years in wine country,
Well, I think they put out a good product for that represents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, their thing before that though was like affordable mead that was good.
Yes.
It wasn't just mead. It was really good mead. It was affordable.
So I was in their club for 2 years.
Yep.
And if I'm being honest, they made some pretty shitty meads. But they made some really good go-to meads. They make one called Murder of Crows. That
was
was
coffee, wasn't it?
No, they actually make a coffee one too. Murder of Crows was just like another kind of generic berry mead, like blackcurrant and
Peppercorn.
something.
Was that what it had?
Actually, yes,
That's
I
what
think it
was.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like for the price, and I had it shipped here for what it was. If you want a good, sweet, decadent melomel, I actually bought like a case of it, and I just like slowly went through it. I still got some in the cellar. I thought it was great.
If I remember right, their traditional meads were a little rough. I don't feel like they were very.
They
very
made
good.
one. This kind of pissed me off, but they made one called. It was like had a picture of like a young George Washington cutting down a
With
cherry
the
tree.
Was it the apple or
It was
something?
like cherry tree.
Okay.
And but I read the description and I was like, oh shit, this could be like a whale before
I can
anybody
see
knows.
the picture. I remember.
I bought
that.
4 bottles of it, and it was a bourbon barrel aged or just barrel aged tart cherry mead with another like red dark berry in
And
it.
it was good.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah,
I think the asshole tried one and sold me a bottle.
I might have just like given it
You're
to
welcome.
you. It was,
Yeah, I got you.
It was sour,
he
but it
gave
was
it
like
to me for double
cardboardy.
cost.
Yeah.
I gotta make my money back somehow. But yeah, it kind of pissed me off. It sounded amazing, and it was just like so just blech. But they make some good stuff too. This one I'm really enjoying. I'm glad.
I think it's solid. I think for the price point for what it was for, it's worth it for that. But I also think 150 is very steep for this mead or any mead. So,
It is. I'm not feeling 24%. I will probably in an hour.
Yeah, give me
but,
30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. But like for that price, I'd rather get a Schramm's.
For sure,
Not rather,
100%.
but I mean I could get a Schramm's for
What's
like
better?
cheaper.
I mean, Schramm's is better, arguably. It just is.
Yeah,
So-
and it's for that price.
But
it's cheaper.
at that ABV though, I think it's worth having one to open to share it.
Oh yeah,
It's a
Just
fun
because
one,
you're
yeah.
never gonna.
yeah.
And honestly, I've been looking for an excuse to open it, so this is perfect. Yeah.
I agree. So
You
let's,
tried
let's
the,
roll on to the black. Is it blackberry white on this one?
Yeah, this is blackberry white from
What kind
Superstition.
of berries this got in it?
White berries.
Okay, white berries.
So we've all had this one before. What I love about the white series,
Have you had the blackberry one, Jade?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
what I love about the white series is it all smells and tastes straight up like a fruit roll up.
I
Especially
think
the
this is
strawberry.
Fantastic.
For me on this one though, and I think the first time Jade had strawberry white might have been with me, and strawberry white is like the mead that I thought was great for the best mead I've ever had at that time.
Right.
And I always like to share that with people that hadn't had it before. I was let down when me and you had it. I didn't think
Yeah.
it
Yeah, I
held
remember
up,
that.
and I think
Really?
this one is still a very good mead, but I do think it's fallen off a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's from the bottle being older or from like the first time we had in that swing top, or maybe my palate shifted. But it
And
does
this
taste
is
a little.
This is
less
batch
flavor.
2 also. So
Oh,
this
so
is
that's
early
yeah.
batch
This
2.
is probably 5 years old.
This is it's much lighter body than the
For sure.
than the Melovino
Yep.
Berserker. It's a little bit more tinny. I feel like it's not bad by any means.
No, it's
but
not bad.
it didn't have that.
But
heft.
I do think though it has a little more fruit flavor.
Yeah, like
To
Matt
it.
said, kind of fruit roll up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
there's
get
like
that
fruit
out
by
of all
the Foot.
Yeah.
Foot.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Foot. Okay.
I mean, again, the price on this one, so retail is probably, what, $90, roughly? 80
It was like 80, 90 or something like that.
And they're still that high.
Yeah, plus when you ship this shit from Prescott, Arizona, like it's not cheap to get it here.
Well,
so.
you couldn't back then when I got this one.
Didn't you have to ship it to Tennessee or get somebody to ship it for you?
I think for this one,
Was it Kyle or Buddy Kyle out there?
I had a proxy.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
And nobody
that
lives
shipped
close
it to me.
Prescott, Arizona.
Fuck no, they don't. God. But supposedly Prescott's a nice place.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Go on a
If you
tangent.
like
I need to go
mead.
check it out. Yeah. If you're like, did you say weed or mead?
Maybe both. I
I don't know. Is it legal there?
I remember though when you did they had their you had the membership there.
Yeah.
And they did the member party.
Yeah, it's Superstition. I forgot about that.
50 people that went. Like,
Yeah, I had
a flying out there. You know?
Man, I had a membership at Superstition also for 2 years, and I really wanted to go to their anniversary party, and I did talk my wife into it, but at the time, like, we couldn't afford like the flight.
I want to say it's like 2 to 3 hours from Phoenix. Like it's not close to anything.
No, it's not. And then like we'd have to get a rental car. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it's
That
like
shit adds up quick.
Yeah, it does. We were trying to tie it into like a vacation at Sedona, and then that fucking got
Which is-
really expensive
Sedona's
real
insanely
fast.
expensive. It was very nice.
So would you buy that for $85 and keep 6?
I'll let Matt answer.
I used to would.
Yeah.
If that's a saying. I think with the amount of options that we have now, I probably wouldn't.
So where we're located at, so Ohio has Schramm's.
Yeah.
I think Black Agnes and Smile of Fortune are probably my top 2 regular you can get from them, but also Raspberry, Blackberry, Statement. They're fantastic, and you're looking at 32 to 45.
Yeah.
So I could buy 2 to
Dollars,
3
yeah.
bottles of those. For one of those, I gotta go with Schramm's.
Yeah.
But I'm with Matt. When I first had this, I was in Phoenix, Arizona. I was in Tempe, Arizona, off campus, Arizona State University. And I remember going in this liquor store, and they had these little bitty, like 375 ceramic, like a old moonshine jug with a swing top. Looked amazing. And the guy, I'm texting like you and Aaron. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I think Aaron and you both heard of it. I don't think you'd had it at that point. They were like $75. And I'm like, well, shit, everybody wants one. I'm going to get some. I'm going to get 3. Like, because I was like, 3 of these. I remember taking it up there and asking the guy at the liquor store, I said, can I get like more than one? He goes, you want more than one? Like he was so excited. Yeah. He goes, I'll give you a case discount if you buy 3. I'm like, I'll take
Jesus.
I'll take.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember it. Like,
Yeah.
he was like taking them out to my car for
Yeah.
me. Like, please God.
So they were
take
just
this
eating
shit.
them, trying to.
Yeah, because they didn't know what it
eating the
was
cost on
either.
them,
He's
yeah.
thinking, hell, who bought this? Probably the
Yeah.
liquor store, you know?
That's like back in the day when Cantillon was distributed to
Yeah.
like liquor stores.
For sure.
And they didn't know what it was.
Didn't
And
have a clue.
they put it
Yeah.
out in like the liquor section. Then you could find like a Cantillon Goose like sitting up next to like champagne and shit like
Right.
that. Yeah.
But I mean, back then, I felt like it was better. But again, palate shift, changing different things. But it's still very good mead. But for me, I'd rather have 3 Schramms.
All right. So we are pouring these last 2 here. And we're going to go
Yeah,
into the
I'm doing blue.
We're gonna go-
suede shoes on the left.
we're gonna do you won't mix these up. You can just smell it.
You can tell.
We're gonna do the Schramm's Heart of Darkness next. So this has been the epitome of the best mead that you can get for a long time, and I say the best again with a grain of salt because we're talking about mellows here, not traditional meads. Apparently, like a really traditional Polish mead that's been aged 40 years is really good. I don't know, never fucking had one. I'd love to.
So mead is the oldest alcoholic drink in the world.
I believe it.
FYI.
I believe
it. And it was originally fermented drink with rice, honey, hawthorn fruit. No idea what that is. And grapes. And they found that in 7,000 to 6,600 BCE.
Was it like in Egypt?
It was. You know, I didn't write that damn part down. That would have been important.
Yeah, it was one of
It was
the
in
brain cells
Breathitt
you
County.
lost.
It was
Breathitt
in
County.
Eastern Kentucky.
You're not gonna fucking believe this. I just burped and it tasted like fucking burning rubber tire from that rum.
From the rum.
Jesus Christ! It just came back up. Yeah. Oh my God.
That was the worst thing we've ever had on here.
Yeah.
I think.
That was a whole episode
God,
ago, by
that
the
was
way.
bad. Holy shit! It might be after this.
God, dude,
awful.
it's like now I need like a rinse.
Don't buy single barrel Myers rum. Please.
Yeah.
All right. Well, these are fantastic on the nose. So
Okay.
what do you get on the nose, Jade? You've never had either, so we're going to go to you first. Which one are you starting with?
Heart
of
of
Darkness?
Schramm's, yeah.
What year is the Strams?
That's this year, the most recent
this
release.
year?
The most recent release they had. So 2022, I believe, is when this came out.
You know, obviously I get
I think think
tons
this
of
one's-
fruit.
I think this was membership only too. Sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
But I almost smell.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's kind of
ahead.
fruit overload on the nose. Like I couldn't pick
do
out
I
a
smell tartness? Maybe I don't
I
really
can
know it's
see
a
that.
taste, but it
I
you know
actually
it has
got-
like a distinct.
I hate to say it, but I got just a tiny bit of a twinge of cardboard on the nose. It's not prevalent. It's not prominent, but I feel like I can pick it out. But I am getting a lot of fruit, and then I just sipped it, and it fucking blew all that out.
I get those could be cherries or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Oh
I get
god, this
those.
is amazing.
Yeah.
So it's fun because like you think like you add fruits and you add dollars to the bottle and like how much better can it be?
yeah.
But then you taste it and you're like, oh shit! Like you can actually taste the decadence.
I do
feel
get a
like.
lot of cherry on it, and it's
Yeah.
very and this is not medicinal. You know, I think cherry for me goes very quick to cough syrup.
Yeah.
This is not.
This has
it's
got that.
bright.
This has got that Luxardo kind of feel
I
to
agree.
it. You know
I
what I
agree.
mean?
And the look. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like Luxardo juice. Not that
Yeah.
I've poured any out and drank Luxardo juice. I have.
It's like
Look at
it's
all the
like
fingertips.
shot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to admit I have.
Luxardo.
I have, though. I have, but still.
Oh,
This
it's fucking
is
phenomenal.
This is fantastic. And I'll be honest, the first time I've had Heart of Darkness once, I think with Matt or someone else, but I wasn't impressed. This
Yeah.
is much more impressive than the last time I had it. It stands
I
out
think
to
so.
me.
Yeah. And it's nice. We put it against. We just not against. We put it right
to
after
back.
two other meads that were very good in their own right, and I
Right.
feel like this blows them out of the
Oh,
water.
yeah, it's
just the
not
flavor
same-
profile alone. I
Not
think it
even
blows
close.
them out
Not
of the
even the same
Yeah.
category.
But let's go to the price point. It's $200
Yeah,
retail.
it's nice. I think it's nice to have.
What's the bottle count beside this? It's also signed by
371.
yeah,
I believe.
378. This is number 371 out of 378.
Yes, there's 7 bottles
Batch
left.
11. 7 bottles left. I'm gonna go find them.
So shout out to our boy in Michigan, Jason R.
Yes, sir.
Love
Thank
you,
you, sir.
buddy.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you for
fucking
helping hooking us
phenomenal.
up with this. I don't know that these see public release, but he's a Mazer club, so like their membership, and he hooked us up with this. I think it's the only allotment he had this year, so thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad I got
Yeah,
to read
it's
this. I
fantastic.
forgot how good this really is.
I agree. Now let's go on to the main event.
I don't want to. I think we need to cut the show short right now.
No, I'll
That's
just
it.
drink your pour. Oh my god!
Just, you smell this?
Just the nose.
Are you going to it?
Just
Not
the
yet.
nose.
I want
now.
Jade. Have you smell it? Jade's going to smell it.
Oh my gosh, tastes just like. I mean, smells just like cashews.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you open the mixed nuts.
See, I know you
like
said
the
you're-
aluminum.
Yeah. But
You know.
you get it mixed in with that fruit too.
Sure.
I know you said you're not allergic
It smells
to
like
cashews,
hot maple
but-
toddy candle.
Oh shit, he's right.
He's right.
It smells
Yeah.
just like a hot maple toddy candle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's you know, I could see if you thought it's peanut butter, you know, peanut instead of
That's
cashews, but it's still
There is-
it's a little less bright than the Heart of Darkness, I would say.
But it's a
I think
different.
that's unfair to say.
Yeah, it's a
on the
different.
Well,
It's
completely
completely
different.
different mouthfeel. It's very thick. It's viscous. Like it's
Creamy.
yes. Yeah.
This is.
Like
I mean,
suede.
I'm just
There
gonna,
you
I'm just gonna step out.
no. It's seriously. It's like a completely different beverage, and coincidentally, this doesn't have blueberries, does it?
No,
it
does
doesn't. I mean, it is a berry melomel mead, but by incorporating those cashews, they put it in a different, maybe tier, but definitely a different category.
Well, blueberries for me, when you compare blueberries to like a cherry, blueberries a richer flavor for me. I think cherry's brighter in my mind.
Yeah.
I go back like blueberry pie, like homemade blueberry pie.
Right.
Speaking of, I go sidebar for a minute. So we went to Maine last year for vacation and went to Bangor, Maine. Not Bangor, Bangor. That's how you say it. So we went up there for a Stephen King tour. And our tour,
Oh, that would be cool.
it was cool as shit. I ain't
That'd be
gonna lie.
really cool.
SK Tours out of Maine. Shit, they're cool people. Thank you all for taking us around. But one thing he said when we're in this little tour bus with him, he's like, "Hey, this gas station. It's called Dysart's, DYSART''S gas station. It's like a damn Citgo or something, right?
Yeah.
Big
Right.
truck stop." He goes, "This is the best blueberry pie you ever had." I'm thinking, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
right, sure, whatever. Went in there and got a piece of blueberry. Holy shit!
Better than like southern blueberry pie.
Let
from
me
your
tell you how
grandma.
good this blueberry pie was. So we were not staying in Bangor. We were about an hour and a half away. So we took the blueberry pie back to the house that night and tried it. There was 5 of us, and we all ate the whole damn pie that night.
Wait. So did you drive back up and get another one?
I'm not going to say that yet, but yes, I did. So
Did you really?
The next morning, I got up at I'm up early. I was like 6 a.m.
He's like, I'm going to get a
I looked
pie.
on their website.
my
There's
God.
none available. So I call. I'm like, hey, do you have any blueberry pie? She goes, let me check. We have 2 left. I said, can I buy those on the phone? I'm driving up.
Why are we not doing a show on the blueberry
dude,
pie? For
I already
Mango Man?
looked, but anyway, they don't ship. But I'm
Okay.
actually, I think I might call the guy that did the Stephen King tour and say, would you mind ship me a pie?
Exactly,
It is fantastic.
Let's do a fucking show on the
I'm serious, but
blueberry pie.
this is
That's
that
the most.
blueberry.
That's
This is
the
this
most
damn
diabetic
blueberry.
thing I've ever heard.
Oh, no.
Like, you wake up at 6 in the morning thinking about blueberry pie.
But anyway,
Oh my
that's
God.
the blueberry flavor I get here. It's that wild Maine blueberry.
Yeah.
It is it's so much blueberry. And my rating on this, I think anyone will know, this is the best meat I've ever had.
Ever.
And it's not even close. Like,
No.
it's here, and then the next best meat's here.
Yeah, again-
I even think the pips on this one is another level above the Schramms.
It is.
Which
Sure,
excellent.
for sure.
It is like a different tier.
This is one of the better Schramms I've ever had.
Yeah, it's a great meat. Hard Darkness is fantastic. Now, price point on this, Blue Suede Shews is nearly impossible to get. Me and Matt can both attest to that.
Yeah.
It's $110 retail this year in the membership. Again, members are getting anywhere from two to 4. If you're like
100?
2 to 4 bottles.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
But this is the most they've ever made this year. So they've ramped up production a little bit every
Good.
year. So again,
Yeah.
members on average getting 3. Well, hell, that's not many. I mean, that's the most you can get, and they all sell out. Never
Yeah.
hits public
But
release
this
kind of thing.
was 2021, right? They haven't.
This is 2021. So
Okay.
we just had the 2022 release. Might be 2023. I can't remember. But the one we just got, we haven't got the bottle yet in our membership. So this is the newest one I have. Now, secondary on this damn thing, this got up to about $650
Yeah.
Oh, I want to say
for
higher.
a 375. What could have been. So some of the
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
you'll see online, though, are 750s.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you know how secondary groups work. So some groups might be higher than others.
Sure.
I think I did see this one at one point going for $850.
Yeah, that's
for
the
a,
one I
for a
see.
375
For a 375.
milliliter,
Yeah.
So 12 ounces.
And at 750,
And
and
here's-
go for
here-
like $1,200.
And
like
they've got them. They've got them. So they actually, there was a Magnum I saw. And I don't even remember the damn price. I just didn't look.
That's
I was
gonna be like
Yeah.
gotta be like
Swap.
four grand.
Just keep going.
probably 2,500.
I wouldn't
don't know.
even doubt it'd be more just because the novelty
There's
factor,
probably
you know?
2 made ever.
Right,
you know.
exactly.
But I mean, looking at this, and here's the thing with these secondary sites. So they would sell them in razzles if people have never seen that. It's like a rando, it's a 10 spot. So you buy one spot for X amount of dollars, and then you times that by 10 is how you get the total value.
Right.
So for this one, let's say they were selling for $700. So that's $70 a spot. Those would sell out 10 spots within a minute.
Yeah.
So
and
you would not even have a chance to spend $70 at a chance.
that's insane.
It's crazy. That tells you how much hype
how
it
sought after
was.
they are, yeah.
But this is by far the best meat I've ever had. Is it worth that kind of price to me?
I don't think anything is worth that price.
If anything ever was meat wise, this would be it. But it's hard to give that for it. You know, I'm probably I'd probably go 200 on this.
what do you think,
250.
Jade?
Oh, I think you're at least dropping 5 on it,
Is that what you would spend on
in
this?
my opinion.
I mean, it's the best meat I've ever
yeah.
had.
Yeah, if I was
I
going
mean,
in, I
If
would.
you really wanted one and to open to share with friends,
Right.
And it's almost like a bragging thing too to even open one. In
Oh,
my
for sure.
opinion,
Yeah. Hell, nobody's got them. So looking at check-ins, there's 2,231 of these.
and
Untapped.
you're on batch
And this
5,
is a
6.
check-in does not mean a bottle. So tonight we're going to have 2, 4, 5. We'll probably have 7 check-ins off this bottle.
Yeah.
So again, 2,200 divided by 7, you're probably getting 400 bottles at most.
I
out
think
in the
it's
wild
worth
that's open.
500.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably agree with you and like keep it, hold on to it for like a super special occasion
Sure.
because
Right.
it's that good.
Like
you know
Thursday
what I mean?
night with
Yeah,
Jason.
exactly. Wait, what day? is
Friday.
today? Whatever day today is. No, I think it's phenomenal. I think it's a different tier
So
of beverage.
depth of flavor. I mean, you just get tons of flavor through it.
Yeah,
The
that-
lacing's
I'll,
great.
That
I'll go
nuttiness
on
is-
record that it's probably the best alcoholic drink I've ever had my
get
whole
it.
entire life.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
not
I can't
even
even.
argue.
I can't even argue with
across bourbon,
that. I can't even argue with
anything.
It changed my perspective when I had.
That. I
this.
remember we first had it, and we did like the double take to each.
I don't
other,
think
like,
we talked for like 5 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
I think we just.
Well,
sat
I
there and
can
said-
now. I feel bad like rating stuff a 5.
Yeah.
You know, on Untappd.
Yes,
you know,
this, like,
say
brings
it's 5
everything
out of
else
5.
down.
You know, okay, now you've really had a 5.
Yep.
Now it's going to be like a slap in its face if I give something a 4.75 because I'm
agree.
like, oh, like
It's not even
no,
close to
that's
Blue
like
Suede
a
Shoes.
4 or 5. If Blue Suede Shoes
I
is
agree.
5.
I mean, that's the age-old question. What do you rate to? Style to taste to whatever.
I
So,
think the takeaway from this episode is that
Get a damn Blue Suede Shews
this
and try it if
this
you
might
can.
be the best alcohol you've ever had. It is decadent, sweet, and that kind of slick mouthfeel from the cashews. It is.
That's
just,
all mine.
it'll
You know,
blow you
like
out
the
of the water.
sway is a perfect, say
Yeah,
it's a
what
shoe
a great
on
name,
the shoe,
too. Yeah,
right?
you know,
like that's how it tastes.
Yeah,
It's like-
and for the record, if you're listening and not watching on our YouTube channel, Arsenic Culture, but it's shoes is spelled SHEWS, not SHOES, because it's cashews.
Makes
Did you
sense.
get that, Jade?
Oh, light bulb.
Bing!
Oh, let's get some more of this.
I'm so glad we finally got our meat episode.
This was
done.
And look, I wore a new shirt.
Yes, we got new
Arsenic
T-shirts.
Culture.
Arsenic
Arsenic
Culture.
Culture.
If
We'll
you
sell
want
you one
one
for $500.
If you want one, you can't
$500.
have one. Yeah, these are the rarest things that we've tried on here. These shirts, because we got like 6.
4.